just wanted to share a few memories from our sister Rebecca, who's currently working with her husband David in an orphanage in Thailand. And as many of you know, Rebecca was born whilst Mum and Dad were in the Bahamas. Rebecca says, "My mum, amazing and talented. Mum, you made the best peas and rice. I can never make it the same. You made my favourite Bahamian food, macaroni cheese and candied sweet potato. You loved making things, Aran jumpers for everyone, made dresses, she made her own outfits, silk painting, and later on scrapbooking and quilts for everybody. You spent hours trying to teach Rebecca maths, and much patience was required." She remembers in 1972 the Silver Jubilee of the Queen. Mum's beefeater costume that she made for Rebecca won first prize in the Cranfield Road street party. She remembers peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and ice cream soda floats made by Mum. Rebecca also reminds us of many things we quite forgot. Going together on protest marches, CND marches, and protesting against cruise missiles at air bases, and putting silk flowers into the razor wire. She was a lifelong member of the Labour Party and certainly supported the struggle of the coal miners. Rebecca remembers many walking holidays, uphill and down Dale, she says, Edale, wearing cagoules, walking boots up Mam Tor, Kinder Scout, and going down into the Blue John caverns, all to the tune of The Hills Are Alive, to the sound of music. And going to Sheringham and youth hosteling. We were members of the Youth Hostel Association. She remembers going to Fairbourne and needing a lot of calamine lotion, going over bogs, and I think she celebrated her birthday there. She remembers very fondly the Sunday school holidays that we shared in Wells next to sea, cockle picking on the sands. And I think we did also do youth hosteling with the kids from Crown Hills. She took Rebecca and David with Dad to France to see the eclipse. They enjoyed that. And more recently, before Rebecca left, she spent hours with Mum at home and in the park, and bumpy rides in the wheelchair down the canal. And really appreciated those times and the fresh air that they shared together. So that's Rebecca's contribution. And Joy and I are giving our contribution in the form of a poem, as many else do. The two of you read.
My nanny is a teacher, and she taught me how to swim, to add, subtract, to read and write, to draw and colour.
Her aim was high, and it was this: to educate the nation. She started with her daughters, but it skipped a generation.
I'm grateful that you passed to me your secret recipes of perfect mashed potato and your macaroni cheese.
I hoped so much to be like you and emulate your cooking, but mine turned out inedible and always funny looking.
We shared many happy holidays, like Wales and Disneyland, from riding on Space Mountain to your wheelchair in the sand.
We had some great adventures, and it's you I have to thank. I've managed to get round the world without breaking the bank.
You were up and active, though well past retirement age. You made yourself a new career directing me and others on stage.
I was brought up when I was young to do what I was told, to study hard to be a nurse and look after you when you grew old.
I remember when you took me shopping, I thought that you would lose it. A granny with a credit card and not afraid to use it.
Your special bed, commode and chair, your V-shaped pillow too. These, which have now all been returned, were never part of you.
Your beauty did not fade at all through your illness, pain and strife. You managed to maintain your role as loving mother, nanny and wife.
When I take out my dentures, it still brings me to grief and never ceases to amaze me that you still have all your teeth.
You've travelled all around the world, touched friends and families. You're a person who will always live on in all our memories.
Don't think that I resent my fate that you've directed thus. God has used our lives so much and blessed the both of us.
And even though I know you're gone, we will never feel apart. You know that you will always have a place that's special in my
This is not on the programme. Yes. Very late last night I received an email which says to be read in Jacqui Haines Funeral service. It's from the Bahamas Conference of the Methodist Church. And just a few days earlier I received one from the Centre for Leadership, Education and Training. I'm not going to read them both. I'm just going to read the one from BCMC. Dear Glyn and family, greetings. It is with deep regret that I write to you, Sarah, Joy and John, on behalf of the President, Executive, Directors of Divisions, Ministers and members of the Bahamas Conference to extend our sincere sympathy on the passing of Jacqui. We thank God for the opportunity and privilege of knowing Jacqui, and certainly the impact that she made on our lives, as well as the contribution she made during her time of service to the Methodist people in the Bahamas, particularly your friends in the Abaco region. We acknowledge her continued contribution to the conference after returning to England, and for these acts of kindness we are truly grateful. The Abaco region, Hopetown community, is planning a memorial service in memory of Mrs. Jacqui Haines, at which time the conference officers, as well as Queen's College, will recognise the contribution made by Jacqui while here. On the other hand, it is with deep joy that we join you and the family in celebration of a life lived to its fullest and in the service of the Lord. We feel confident that by her witness and living that she has indeed gone home to be with her Master. Thanks be to God for the victory. Again, our sincere sympathy to the family and friends of Jacqui, and may her soul rest in peace. Bahamas